scored at least 9 points in this game. 8 of the 9 scored in double figures as we welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors postgame live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champion Festus Ezeli.
Yes,
I am Bonte Hill. We talked about setting the tone in the first quarter. Last night, just 19 points. Putrid shooting in that first frame. Tonight, they scored 34. They followed up with a 40-point quarter, and the ball was hopping around tonight, Fezzi.
The way you set the tone in the first quarter is by scoring, yes, but ball movement, playing some defense. I thought the Warriors did that. The beautiful thing about this game tonight, they scored 34 points in the first quarter, and from there it was just a show, right? It's 40 points in the second quarter, you had 22, then 37 in the fourth quarter. Every quarter of this game, there was a leading scorer, and it was a different person. The first quarter, it was Will Richard. Second quarter, Moses Moody. Third quarter, Guy Santos, and then GP2 in the fourth. I thought the ball was moving, the 37 assists. They shot 50, 40, almost 90, except for those last two missed free throws, which also could have had everybody in double digits in the game. This was just a game just to get right, get people back in the flow again, and just, you get in the flight back home and feel good about yourself.
Very similar game to last night. I thought the Warriors were a little bit more intentional on attacking the paint to start the game. I think they knew they could score in the paint easily against this Grizzlies defense, but more importantly, not overdoing on the three-point shots. In turn, the efficiency numbers off the charts: 53 from the field, 41 from the three-point line, and 89 from the free throw line. But they made 19 threes, 22s, and 16 free throws. That's a balanced attack. You mentioned 37 assists. Everyone getting a piece of the action. So just a good bounce-back game. I think we felt if they were going to get similar looks than they got last night, they're going to knock down that fast share. But it was really impressive to have 8 guys in double figures. And, Malfi could have been in double figures, missed those 2 free throws. But yeah, I thought he played a good game, too. So everyone that stepped on the floor played well.
Yeah, Malachi Leon's 8 rebounds off the bench, 9 points there. He played very well in a set. He's on a 2-way contract, of course, but the Warriors, plus 14 when it came to points in the paint, plus 14 when it came to the glass. They shot the ball well and handled their business. As we go back out to FedEx Forum to Fitzabuki, who's got Will Richard standing by.
Getting out and getting steals, Will Richard, GP2, just their energy level alone. I mean, Will Richard started the game tonight. It's just Steve Kerr looking for that energy, that juice to shake things up a little bit. After they did that in the first half, and then really going into the half with that lead, scoring 40 points and holding them to 22.
And Bonte, you've been talking about starts. And tonight they got off to a good start, 34-31, so they didn't build a big lead. But I thought they established themselves. The first play of the game, they posted up Al Horford in the paint on the switch. You saw those clips there, driving the paint either to finish for yourself or kick out for open threes. So the fact I thought they were very intentional on attacking the paint first and let the three-point shots be created by that aggression. And then the second quarter is what won the game, 40-22. Interesting stat, both teams had 16 turnovers, but the Warriors are plus 19. So that shows the activity, the aggressiveness in the open floor. So that's usually a big number for the Warriors, but they've struggled. Even when they force turnovers, they haven't getting those big numbers, that separation. So to me, I thought that was a big number. Obviously, the fast break points because of that go up. Second chance points. They just all the hustle points went the Warriors' way. On a back-to-back with just 9 guys, that's an impressive performance.
Yeah, you speak about that first quarter. They shoot 61% in the first frame, 41% from the three-point line, 10 assists. Last night, Fezzi, down to Nolens, only had 3 assists after the first quarter. They shot 30% from the three-point line. They were 8 of 25 from the floor, shooting 32%. So even though they only had a 3-point lead after the first frame, as Willie just mentioned, they established their style of play and the ball movement. The ball was hopping around, good shot selection, and good balance.
I got to give some credit to, Will Richard. I got to give some credit to Guy Santos. I got to give a lot of credit to Brandon Podziemski tonight. I think he did a great job starting the game, being a ball mover, making quick decisions. And guys got involved in the flow in the first quarter. And then with Steph out the game, with all these other guys, all these scores, you need everybody to be in the game and to play together. This is one of those games where the sum of the parts is greater than just the sum of the individual parts. Some of the individual parts is greater than the sum.
Got you.
However way you say that. I just really enjoyed watching Pods tonight. He's been on fire, but tonight I think Pods came back and he was aggressive. He got people involved. He was hitting shots, making extra plays. Pods has been special. We talked about him having back-to-back 15 rebound games. Well, this was another game where he came in and he was just getting everybody involved.
How about that for the birthday boy? 23 years young, Willie. 19 tonight, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. His 7th straight game with 10-plus points. He gets to start tonight. The Warriors, look, this is their 26 different starting lineup, but he goes in seamlessly, gets the team off to a good start, and he produces his 3rd consecutive solid night.
Yeah, I mean, flirting with a triple-double. You see the 8 rebounds there. So just a nice performance by Pods. But to me, as a group, all 9 guys that played well. And to me, that's important because they also played together. 37 assists, the high efficiency numbers. Now you need to maintain that type of play when you get healthy. So I think it's a positive step in the right direction to putting this team back together to make a run these last 24 games or so.
Well, let's break down the ball movement here. Leading to those open shots against the Memphis Grizzlies here. We broke it down in our pregame show, the open shots they missed last night. They're ice cold against New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. Well, tonight they took advantage of those open shots. You see Will Richard. Last night he didn't tip the field goal, Bully. Tonight he goes crazy in the starting lineup, 9 to 15, 21 points. He's actually scored a double figures in 3 of his last 4 games. So they took advantage of those open looks tonight against Memphis.
But also you see all these shots are created by dribble penetration. Here's Al with the step-in 3 on the trail. But Bonte, as we mentioned in the first quarter last night, not only were they missing open shots, they were not finding the rhythm because of the turnovers in the first half. Tonight, a much better job of creating shots for each other. If you watch those clips, those are rhythm shots. If you're reading the game, reading the music, that's a shot created and it's in rhythm. There's no question that shots should be taken as opposed to hesitation, over dribbling. So that's why I think as a group, this is a great game to move forward with, especially when Steph and Draymond and hopefully Porzingis get back on the court.
I mean, when I watch a game like this, I think so much about, having 5 guys who can shoot on the floor at the same time. And, the saying, I had to look it up on my phone, it's the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. and this is what it looks like when you play like this. When everybody's aggressive, I mean, Malafide comes into the game, and he was aggressive off jump. Like, he was getting rebounds. He had 8 rebounds tonight. He was getting shots. He had the one in the corner, Mully, where we were laughing. Like, he was standing behind the teeth of the defense, and the defense doesn't pay attention to him, but Pat sees him and throws it right to him. Everybody was on a string. It felt good to watch the team just kind of be on the same page. But also, they have to play this way. They have to play, you have to move the basketball. You got to attack Pods, Pat Spencer, all these.
Shut the front page down for a second, Warriors Nation, because have you ever seen a performance like this from a short-handed Golden State squad? A team missing Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis, and Jimmy Butler III all out, and still marches into FedEx Forum and just obliterates the Memphis Grizzlies 133-112? This wasn't luck. This wasn't fluky. This was dominance. This was style. This was a message. And you're gonna feel it as soon as you hear how every single active Warrior contributed to this win. Now listen, let's set the scene. You wake up yesterday after a tough loss in New Orleans, you're reeling, you're questioning, you're thinking the wheels might be coming off, but then tonight, Will Richard goes off for 21 points and makes plays everywhere. Rebounds, assists, steals, he is everywhere. Meanwhile, Gary Payton II and Brandon Podziemski each drop 19, and Guy Santos and Moses Moody add 17 and 14. 8 out of 9 Warriors hit double figures, and every single one of them hit at least one three-pointer. That's not balanced, that's boom balanced. Every weapon firing. Memphis had no answer. Golden State attacked early. A 13-0 second quarter run? Are you kidding me? That wasn't luck, that was purposeful, intentional ball movement, crisp cuts, constant pressure and movement even without Steph Curry. That's a statement. That's what happens when a team trusts the system, trusts the spacing, and most importantly, trusts each other. And talk about momentum explosion. The Warriors led 74-53 at halftime, and from there it was just a matter of how far they wanted to blow the roof off. The lead ballooned to as much as 32 points in the fourth quarter. This wasn't even a close game. This was dominance from start to finish. And get this, Memphis was supposed to be tired, supposed to be weak, supposed to be rebuilding. But that doesn't erase the fact that Golden State executed like a team that wants to prove something right now. They out-rebounded the Grizzlies, they made them uncomfortable in the paint, they pushed tempo in transition, and they made big shots consistently. This wasn't just a win, this was a performance. And Warriors fans, I want you to feel this one deep. Even without your top stars, this team still found a way to play organized, beautiful basketball. Steve Kerr's crew shared the ball for 37 assists on 49 made baskets. That's more than enough evidence that the Warriors don't need one hero. They need a collective identity. And tonight, they found it. Let's talk about the players stepping up big time. Will Richard, a career night. Not only scoring, but facilitating, defending, creating. This kid was on a mission. And Brandon Podziemski, on his birthday, nearly a triple-double. That's legendary. The way he led the offense, crashed the boards, dictate tempo. If this isn't a breakout stretch for him, I don't know what is. And can we talk about the depth? Pat Spencer orchestrating with 9 assists and a plus-minus of +23, Santos bringing elite shooting, Horford and Post cleaning up the glass, Malavi Leons showing flashes of career growth. This is the type of win that removes excuses. Everyone contributed, everyone was dialed in, everyone bought in. And let's not ignore the bigger picture, Warriors Nation. This win wasn't just about Memphis. It put Golden State 31-28 on the season, keeping them right in the fight for play-in seeding in the ultra-cruel Western Conference. They're now within striking distance of Phoenix for that 7th place spot. And with as many injuries as they've battled, this performance is massive momentum. Think about it. Without Steph for his 9th straight game due to that knee issue, without legendary veterans and still dominant on the road, that says something about this roster's character. That says something about their coaching. That says something about their belief. This isn't a fluke. This is identity building. So, Warriors Nation, now I've got to hear from you. Was this the biggest team performance of the season? Do you think this balanced attack with Richard, Podziemski, Payton, Santos, and Spencer proves Golden State can hang with anybody, even without Steph? Let me know in the comments right now. Hit like if you're riding with this squad no matter who's in the lineup. And don't forget to subscribe if you're loving the Warriors news, reaction, and analysis right here on Warriors Nation News. Because this team just sent a message and the league better listen.